Model 9130, Mosin Nagant. Developed at the end of the 19th century, the Russian three-line rifle, also known as the Model 1891, saw service in the Great War and was updated in 1930 to the pattern we have here. The rifle in this iteration served in the Second World War and many conflicts since. Coming in at 48½ inches long and weighing 8.8 pounds, this is by no means a handy rifle, but the Russians saw fit to make it even worse by adding a 17-inch long spike bayonet. This would not have been a problem were the bayonets not meant to be attached at all times and the rifles zeroed at the factory with bayonets fixed, making shots without them hit far from point of aim. Despite the 29-inch long barrel, these rifles have a reputation for being fairly inaccurate, possibly owed partially to their mediocre sights and abysmally squishy triggers. However, they reliably shoot minute of fascist, which was good enough for the Russians at the time. These rifles feed 5 rounds of 7.62x54 rim from a single-stacked internal box magazine that can be loaded singularly or with the assistance of the worst stripper clips ever devised by humankind. The bolt is of a front-locking, 2-lug cock-on-open design that is somehow both stiff and feels like it's made of rubber at the same time. Once you manage to pry the inevitably stuck case out of the chamber, the bolt handle deposits your hand far above and forward of the trigger, further slowing down operation. Not that you'd want to shoot too quickly, as the steel butt plate is narrow and the recoil stout. The Russians must have felt that designing a rifle with no manual safety would look irresponsible, but apparently they didn't trust their soldiers enough to remember to take the safety off. Of course, the solution is obvious: build one so annoying to use, no one ever would. On its own, the 9130 is fairly muzzle-heavy, but with the added length and weight of the bayonet, it does not take long before your supporting arm really starts to feel the heft. As mentioned earlier, this rifle takes the 7.62x54 rimmed cartridge, which is overpowered for an infantry rifle, though not atypical when compared to its contemporaries of the period, and still more than capable of sending its targets to the great gulag in the sky. Prolonged firing of these rifles, however, significantly wears on the shooter. Coupled with the awkward length, poor balance, and stiff bolt, the 9130 is exhausting to shoot over a long period of time. The rifle was fairly cheap to produce and could be manufactured in large quantities, which is important when you have a 20 million man military and an obscene rifle attrition rate. Due to supply concerns during the Second World War, petty complaints concerning inconsequential things like accuracy and ergonomics were understandably kept quiet, because if the options are a Mosin or nothing, I would rather take the rifle.